Hey guys, this is Puma here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Photoshop tutorial over how I made this. It could be used as a nice logo, or maybe a button for a website. There's really a lot of things that you could use this for. So let's get to it. We're going to go File, New, and it's your personal preference what you want the width and height to be. I would probably make sure it's square and make sure there's a decent resolution on that. We'll make a layer out of that background. And we're going to go to our ellipse tool and make the color gray, kind of a lightish gray, and make a nice decent sized circle. And then we're going to move that towards the center. Go back down to your ellipse tool, add a new layer, and make another circle, this time not as big, a little bit smaller. Center that up. Go back to the ellipse tool, right click and make selection, no feather, and then go down on the second one and grab your eraser tool. Okay, that, and just erase all this in the center here. And there you go. Then once you're done with that, you're gonna come down and delete this layer. Now you got this nice ring. I'm gonna Control D to deselect. Gonna go to Effects and Bevel and Emboss. Technique will go Chisel Soft, and then the real thing that is going to matter here is the size. You're going to want that high up, and then it gives these nice little like lines here that don't really look good, so you're going to want to soften those out until you don't see anymore, and just you can mess around until you get what you like. Maybe lower the black opacity just a little bit. Okay, that, and then actually I'm sorry, we're going to go back into the effects and add a stroke. A dark gray 1-point stroke is what I found looks good. Okay, so now that we got that, we're going to add a new layer, collapse that, keep everything nice and tidy. Going to go to gradient and select whatever color you want. I'm selecting purple because, you know, purple's awesome. We're going to go from a light purple to a pretty dark purple. Okay. Why didn't that change? Damn you, Photoshop! Okay, to a dark purple. Okay, that. And then make sure it's on radial here. And just make a nice gradient right there with the lighter color in the middle. And then we're going to get a marquee. And get a decent sized marquee that's going to fit inside that ring. There we go, and then select inverse. Go back to our eraser tool that we've been using, and just delete that outside so you can't see any of that color. There we go, and now Control D to deselect. Actually, I'm going to erase a little bit more up there. There we go. And then now we're going to move on to our text. And I'm using a 150-point Blade Runner movie font. That depends on, you know, how big your canvas is. But gonna make that nice and big. I'll put a PH for Puma here. And okay. Then we're going to go to Effects and Gradient Overlay. We're gonna make sure this is set to radial. And we're gonna go from a dark gray over to a black. Yeah, maybe not extremely black, maybe like a super dark gray or a light black. Move that middle thing over so there's more gray than what there is black. Looks good, okay. Move that down to the center. And then we're going to want to filter, distort, and spherize. Okay, put that at 100% and okay that. Now we're going to edit, transform, and rotate. Give it a nice little rotation effect. Okay, that. And then Control T to free transform and just scale it up to how you think it needs to be. I think right about there looks really good. Okay, that. And then we're going to go back to the effects and stroke. We'll add a 1-point black stroke to that. And that looks good. Move that up just a little bit. The corner was peeking out there. And then we're going to go back to the ellipse tool, set the color to white, okay that, and make a new layer right over the gradient, and make a nice fat white ellipse. Move that. Actually, also we're going to move this PumaHere down so it's on top of everything except for that ring. And then we're going to Control T this shape to get it to fit right. Move it down, make it a little bit fatter. Move it up just a tad. Okay, that looks good. And then we're going to add a layer mask, that is this button down here, and then go to gradient and make sure that gradient is white faded into a black. Okay, and then we're gonna just go from the top down to the bottom, and it gives it that nice like a lens flare almost. And you'll probably want to tone the opacity down quite a bit so it doesn't look as fake and noticeable. Maybe around like 40, 50. And then we're going to do this a few times. Add another one above that. And make another one here. Kind of more wide than long this time. Move that up there. Control T. Get it nice and pretty. There we go. Right there. And then we're going to add the layer mask again, just like we did before. We're going to go to the gradient again, and this time make sure it's set on linear, and move that from the top down to the bottom again. There we go. And again with the opacity, we're probably going to want to tone that down a little bit. Maybe 50, 60, somewhere in there. Alright, that looks good. And we're going to do this one more time, adding a new layer above it. And this time making a smaller oblong one and moving that about right there. And then the gradient again. Oh shit, I forgot to add the layer mask. Add the layer mask and then same thing one more time. And set that opacity a little bit higher than the other ones, maybe 60-ish. And we're almost done. We're going to add a new layer above this. And this is optional, but I do think it makes it look better. We're going to get a white brush and make it decent sized with a soft tip. And you can resize your brushes with the left and right brackets. And get a decent sized brush right there and just plop it down in the middle, maybe twice. And then if it is a little bit too dark for you, you can mess with the opacity of it. And there we go, guys. This looks really good for a website, maybe an annotation, like a little link. If you zoom out, it looks even better. But thanks for watching, guys. It would help me out so much if you could like the video, comment, and subscribe. I'll be coming out with more Photoshop tutorials if you subscribe, so you'll be updated for when those come out. Also, I'm going to be making Call of Duty videos, so keep updated for those and make sure you subscribe so you know when they're coming in. Comment, like, subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching. This is PumaHere, and I'm out.